Hey, fellow mamas. Welcome to the Military Mamas podcast.
We're your hosts, Allison and Tara.
We are both moms who celebrate and support women who balance the demands of military service with the joys and challenges of motherhood.
This is a space for military moms to connect, share tips and stories, and inspire each other. Now let's get started with today's episode.
Hey, so we were just talking about the difference between boys and girls when you find out you get pregnant. Like, what is it like throughout your entire pregnancy? Is it different? Do you have different cravings? Do you have morning sickness versus not morning sickness? Some people say like they felt better when they were having a girl, or they felt even more shitty when they were having a girl. Anyways, we were just talking about that and the differences in after you have the baby, like
Raising boys.
Like, yeah,
girls.
raising boys versus raising girls. We're literally talking about the diaper changing experience, and you're like, how do you, like, it's nerve wracking. Like, how do you do that when, isn't it like sensitive, or you have a penis now? Like, that's like, where did that, and if they're circumcised, like, what do you do? So, I'm intimidating by girls because I'm like, there's just it's a hole down there. Like, what if they poop? And
it's
obviously I'm a girl, but my mom did it, but it goes into all the cracks and crevices and bacteria and all of that. Like, I don't know, that scares me. And I'm just like, boy stuff is all external. You know?
Well, how it started
was move the balls and just
Well, how it started was I just told Tara that we found out that I'm pregnant with a boy. And so I'm super, super excited. I've always felt like I was meant to be like a boy mom. So I'm so excited, but I'm so nervous. Like instantly all of the crazy things like flood to my mind, like, oh my gosh, okay, so how does circumcision work? I don't think you do it the same day. Do you do the same day? Like, how do you take care of it? And then like she was just talking about like some stuff you have to do, and I'm like, I have to do what? And then just like being really nervous, and she has two boys, and so she was saying, well, I was like, how do you change a girl? Like, and so we were just talking about, it really is so different. And you don't really understand it, I think, until you talk to someone. There's just a lot of fears and unknowns and everything. But I guess first we should start with like the pregnancy stuff. I'll say for me, with being pregnant with Esme, like my daughter, was the worst time. Like, comparing it to my pregnancy now, that shit was crazy. Like, I was so nauseous. I was so sick, so like weak, and like I just felt terrible. Like my body hurt more. But I didn't break out or anything. I know some people say like if you have a daughter, like she sucks all your beauty from you.
Yeah, I heard that too.
I didn't really break out a lot with her. I think I broke out more like with him, like in the first trimester. So that was like interesting. So I was like, I'm gonna have a girl. But I didn't even really feel pregnant from the beginning. Like I wasn't really nauseous. Like some things I was like, I kind of don't feel great. But compared to Esme, like it was nothing. Like I could have whatever. But I will say, as my belly's getting bigger, like it's definitely lower. Like that shit, like I'm like, damn, I already feel like there's a lot of weight down there. And I remember being pregnant with Esme, I was like, no, I think my belly's kind of low. And I'm like, nah, that was high. Like being pregnant with him, it's like my belly's so much lower. And so, I mean, I'm just now entering my second trimester, so I haven't made it all the way through the pregnancy to compare things. But that was the biggest one.
You think it's low now? Just wait.
Oh, I bet.
Because I remember sending my sister-in-law pictures, and I'm like, I don't know, because I didn't know if I was having a boy or a girl, and I was like, I don't know, I think it's pretty low. Like, I think my stomach dropped, and she's like, no, you're just carrying low. Like, she's an expert. She has like 4 boys, but it gets a lot lower.
And that's why, like, it was crazy. Like when Esme finally dropped, I was like, oh, that's low. But that low point is where we're starting now, and so it makes me really nervous because I had to wear like the belly band like pretty early, like in my second trimester, just because I got like hip issues, and so just like the weight and all that. But so yeah, that's a big difference I've noticed. And probably the other biggest difference is like my emotions. Like, don't get me wrong, there's definitely high emotions. With Esme, everything made me cry. I remember like, I think I told you this one time, I was coming on a base and there was a Marine like scanning me in, and like he had a lisp. And like, oh my God, bless his heart. Like I remember crying because I was like, that's somebody's poor son. He has a lisp. He probably got bullied. Like, it made me cry.
You're making up in your head.
I know. Like,
And then you're crying about it?
I know, I'm like, he probably gets no girls. I'm like, poor guy. Like, I feel so bad. I'm like crying on my way to work about this. And now, like with my pregnancy, I'm like, nothing. It doesn't make me cry. I'm not crying as often. Like now, I'm just like rage. Like I'm angry. Like if I'm like upset, like I'll punch a window. Not actually, but like that's what I feel like. So
Yeah.
it's more of like aggression versus like crying. Like don't get me wrong, that's to cry, but. And so I was talking
You
to.
still almost cried right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's different though. It's different. But and I was talking with Derek and like the midwife at our appointment yesterday, and like when you're growing a boy, like his blood's circulating through your blood, so you're sharing blood. Well, he's a boy, so he has testosterone, and so testosterone, for anyone who's ever done gear, it makes you like angry and like rage out, like roid rage. Like you hear all about that all the time. I'm like. That makes so much sense because
That's
I'm violent.
me. I'm it.
Yeah.
That's me.
Because I feel so violent. And Derek jokes about it all the time, like, this is a perfect time to be training because it's like free testosterone running in my body that I could be training with. But it's just been such a crazy difference. Like, if literally all boys are like this, like how my pregnancy's going so far, I like only give me boys because
Yeah.
it's so much better. Like I hate being nauseous. Like when you're nauseous and like can't do anything, can't eat anything, like that's rough. And like
Yeah.
everything, you're like, you feel like you're about to throw up and your mouth's water. Like that's the worst feeling. For 3 months straight, that's terrible. But this was like, oh, I'm a little sick, but like I can do anything. Like I just really, really like that. And I don't know.
You're going into your what did you say? You just started your second trimester?
Yeah.
So you're going into like the blissful, I'm pregnant, but now I don't feel pregnant. And this is
Right.
where you're going to this is where you're going to shine.
Yeah,
You're gonna
exactly.
shine. And then towards the end, it's like, you start gaining weight and it's like, oh my God, okay.
Yeah.
I'm about done with this right now.
Yeah.
Because they're so low and you're like, oh.
I know, like walking's an inconvenience, but yeah, and I don't know too, because this is my second pregnancy, and I know they say like every pregnancy is different for every woman, so
Yeah.
this pregnancy could just be different because my body is just like chilling now, or it could be because it's a boy. I don't actually know, but if it is because of a boy, then wow, like bless all the moms who have girls because that is crazy. That was crazy. But what about you? Did you notice like a difference between your two kids? Like were your pregnancies kind of similar?
I mean, I was stressed out for my first one, so that one was totally different. But in a way of what you're saying about not being nauseous and stuff, I was nauseous, but I wasn't
Yeah.
like
You could
throwing
bear
up,
it.
like bending over a toilet. Like
Yeah.
I wasn't any of that for either one of them. So
I mean, it is a boy thing.
yeah, I think it is a boy thing. So I'm
Bless.
very thankful
Yeah.
for that because I've grown up being like car sick my whole life, and so
Oh.
I'm really good at being motion sick and like dealing with it. And
Yeah.
I've heard horror stories about just being over the toilet when
Oh,
you
yeah.
get pregnant and throwing up and like being at work and feeling nauseous and running to the bathroom. I never had any of that thing.
It's a boy thing, then it has to be. Because with Esme, I would smell like bell peppers, like cooking bell peppers, like at a Mexican restaurant. I would have to run to the bathroom because I'm like swallowing my own throw up. Like,
Oh my
it was
God.
dramatic like that, and so that's why I was like,
I've never.
yeah, and I was like,
because I've
pregnancy. Like next pregnancy, I want to be the dad.
like we're gonna switch roles. So you're gonna have the baby.
Yeah, but then this time, and then like literally like because we were trying for both, but this time I'm like, all right, we want 3 kids, 3 into 3, let's get it done with, blah blah blah.
Brother.
And so I like jokingly but seriously at the same time, I was like, all right, I just gotta man up, like just get
I
pregnant.
like how we say man up when it really should be the
woman
other
up,
way
yeah.
around.
Just, all right, just woman up, like
We have to like pull our bootstraps up a lot more than they do.
Definitely.
Lord have mercy.
But I remember going into like the season when we were ready to start trying again for baby number 2. I was just like, I remember being like, fuck, like just dreading it because I'm like, and I just
'Cause it's
all the
all
negativity
you.
comes back of like the heart, and I had heartburn like a motherfucker.
That doesn't go away. I had
Yeah.
bad heartburn.
Yeah, and so I was like the heartburn and the nausea and the no sleeping, and I had really bad round ligament pain, and so just like everything, I'm like, fuck, like, why am I a woman? Like just all these things. I'm like, all right, whatever. We like, I gotta do it for the family. No, do it for, here we go. Here we go.
Sacrifice the bod.
Yeah.
For the fam.
And then it's been like a surprise, cause like the first month, like it didn't take or whatever, I guess. Didn't take. We didn't conceive.
Didn't take them. Are you doing IVF?
Yeah, no, we weren't doing IVF. It's just like the first month, like I ended up still like having my period. Yeah.
Didn't happen.
And so, and I was like, oh. And then I missed like my period, but I felt like fine. I was like, no, I guess my hormones just must be crazy, I guess. Maybe I wasn't ready. Because when we decided to start trying, I had like 3 consecutive periods. So I was like, okay, things are pretty normal and out, leveling out, whatever. And then I was like, no, I guess they're not leveled out. Like I'm missing a period, I guess, like whatever. And then Derek was like, well, maybe because you're pregnant, we've been trying.
You got your period back? Wait, were you still breastfeeding? Is this the second one or is this the first one?
No, this is the second one.
Okay.
For baby
number two. This is so you got.
I got my period back like the next month after birth.
What?
Yeah.
Bro.
I know, and I like the midwife. I was talking to my midwife because I thought like I was dying because like when like they discharge you, she was like, you probably won't get your period back for a little bit because you're breastfeeding, but that's normal. Don't freak out. Blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, yeah, cool. Well, like the next month rolls around, and just like pre-pregnancy for my first time, it was like the same week, like everything, like the same time, and they're like, and I literally like called them through like the like portal, and I was like, I'm like bleeding, and it's like, and they're like, well, like, because my postpartum bleeding had like stopped.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I guess it's bleeding again, and like, oh, it probably just picked back up, and then like it was like cramps, like, and it was like, you know, like where you have like the beginning blood, then like the period, and like the dry barbecue blood, like, like it was like that, and I was like,
describe things.
well, and I have like my ring, like it tracks like everything, and it tracks like your temperature.
Yeah.
And so that's a good way of knowing.
And my
like,
friend has that, and she was.
I love this thing. It's amazing. But it tracks your temperature. And so like, fun fact, like when you're ovulating or you're like flick your phase, like all these different phases, your temperature is different. And so it's like, I looked on my app and it's like, oh, day 1 of your menstrual period. I'm like, what? And I was like, no, they said I wouldn't be because I'm nursing. And then long story short, they're like, I mean, some people have their periods. I'm like, all right, then. Cool.
I guess I'm some people.
Yeah. And so,
dude, I can get back for like 7 months, and it was so nice.
You're lucky. And that's why I was like, when you go without a period for that long, you don't realize how much of a vacation on that aspect it was. Like dealing with periods again and like tampons.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Like terrible. And so I was like,
yeah, I don't want it.
the last thing I want to deal with is like bleeding. Are you kidding me? Like I just got done recovering from bleeding, you know, from having a baby.
Yeah.
But so anyway, yeah, Derek was like, you're probably just pregnant. Like, we are trying. I'm like, no, I don't feel like it. Like week 2, like from like my ovulation like date with Esme, I knew I was pregnant because I felt like shit, and I don't get sick really ever. And so I was like, I'm pregnant. I know I'm pregnant. Like I feel like, and he's like, no way. And I took a test at 2 weeks, and I was pregnant. I'm like, I told you. But with him, I'm like, no, I'm not pregnant. Like something's just going on. Like whatever. And then I took a test anyway with him, and sure enough, I was pregnant. I was like, that's crazy. And I was like so sad because I was like, oh no, maybe like I got pregnant, but maybe like it's not gonna last because like something's going on, because I don't feel sick at all. And I was like, maybe like something's wrong. Yeah, I don't feel bad.
Because you think like I'd be nauseous, I'd be throwing up right now knowing that I'm pregnant. But
yeah, I'm like nothing was happening, and I kept like, oh, something's gonna happen. Like I just feel too good. like comparing to my last pregnancy, like something is wrong.
I feel too good right now. I can't.
Yes,
I'm supposed to be miserable.
I know. That's why I was like, something's not right. And then, sure enough, we went to the doctor, and he's doing everything. He's actually growing fast, and they said when you have like pregnancies like that close together, like your baby typically grows faster and stuff like that. And I was like, wow. And they're like, everything looks great. Like, everything's good. I'm like, really? I'm like, will you check my sac again? How does the umbilical cord look? Like, I'm asking all these questions.
Well, yeah, because you had the short umbilical cord with
Yeah,
Esme, like,
yeah. Well, they can't, I guess she said that they can't really tell in utero because it's all bunched up and everywhere else. So they have a hard time telling. But she's saying like on the umbilical cord, they look for, it kind of looks like Mickey Mouse ears, like a one circle and then like 2 little ears, because it's got like there's different tubes wrapped into one, you know. So for like the waste, and then for oxygen, and then for food or whatever. Like there's different purposes. It doesn't just come down one tube, and so you want to look for the Mickey Mouse ears.
And here I am. That shit has multiple tubes?
Yeah.
There's a different one?
That's what if you ever look at it, they're all wrapped, it's like a little braid. They're all wrapped into one braid. But it's like 3 little tubes in one
you learn
tube.
something new
Yeah,
every day. And
yeah.
I guess that's me today.
Yeah. But, and so everything like looked fine. I'm like, okay. Like it was just so hard for me to wrap my mind around feeling decent. So,
Well.
and I know now that you can like, if you pay for it, you can, like have, like if you, like, I don't know if it's just IVF or if you can just do it normally too, but basically like you fertilize a bunch of embryos and then you like the doctor tells you, hey, here's 2 boy embryos, here's 2 girl embryos, and then they go back in and plant whatever gender you want. It's still your like your egg, your sperm, and all that, but they do all that, and then that way you pick the gender. I saw like a few years ago, like celebrities were like doing it to control, and I'm not trying to play God, but I know that is a thing, and
That's
if you cared
bad
about
shit.
that and you had the money to do that,
Yeah, but not
pick a
all
boy.
pregnancies. Like there are women that their boy pregnancies are terrible.
That's true, that's
too.
true, yeah.
So like it might just be your body. It could be like the second kid that
Yeah.
makes it. I don't know, but
Well, yeah. I mean, you said
I
both
would
of your
hate.
boys were.
I would hate for you to say that, and somebody gets like has a boy, and they're like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
she doesn't know what she's talking about.
Someone
She's just
listening to
lucky."
this, yeah.
No, I'm glad that. I mean, I know that I was nauseous and everything, but it was not.
It's more
nauseous.
bearable, yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, it was insane. But overall,
And that's what my mom said. My mom I have 2 older brothers, and then she had me, and she was like, the boys, great. Like, it was nice, glowing, whatever. She was like, you, on the other hand, I gained the most weight with. Like, and I was the
Yeah.
3rd one, so I'm not like the last one.
Yeah.
And she's like, you were terrible. She's like, I love you, but also you were terrible.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you feel different.
Sorry.
Like with a boy, like you obviously feel like something's up. Like you're a little nauseous, whatever. I think compared to a girl, though, I compared being pregnant with a boy to being almost normal.
Well, you have both. You have both
Right.
sides. So,
Yeah.
like, I only have one side of it. So.
Right. So just experiencing that, especially if it's the first time, you're like, oh, this is still shitty. You know, like you
Yeah.
haven't experienced the worst it could be. It's still bad. Don't get me wrong. Either
Oh
way.
my god! I hope if I have a girl in the next one that it's
I really
not
hope
bad.
you do.
Oh my god!
So that way you're like, yo, this little
But
girl.
see, I don't find out the gender until I have. Like, we don't find out the gender until we have the baby.
Yeah.
So
My
it's
anxiety
just-
could not ever. I would feel so nervous.
It doesn't bother me, and it makes it super easy. Like when it comes to people wanting to buy you shit, like.
Yeah.
Well, how would I know what to buy them if I don't know what their gender is? It's like, well, there's a bunch of gender neutral colors, yellow, you know,
Or green.
greens,
Yeah.
like browns, all these colors, ivory, like all these colors that you can buy a baby. But honestly, I don't get it. All
Yeah.
of Mac's clothes, Nash is wearing now, and
Yeah.
and he would wear them whether he was a boy or a girl.
Yeah. I'm really picky about clothes too. I hate the little stuff that's like, mommy's hero, mommy's best friend. I'm like, nah, get that shit out of here. I like the cute, simple stuff like, let me just get a cute little olive green shirt with some buttons. Like, I don't know. There's some stuff that's just too tacky for me. Like,
See, I like the like cuter version of daddy. Like I like those ones.
cuter
Now-
version of daddy. What does that even mean?
Like it's a cuter version of his dad. Like cuter version.
Oh,
of
it
daddy.
says that.
Yeah,
Oh,
on his-
okay,
on his-
okay.
What did you think?
I thought you were saying there's a cuter version of like
daddy. Daddy.
yeah, like the shirt said, instead of daddy, it said a cuter version of daddy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Okay.
But I understand what you're saying. Like mommy's best friend. Like okay, we don't need to do that.
Yeah, yeah. Like we've got a couple of like onesies that's like, because like I'm really big into bodybuilding and like gym and stuff, and so it's like my mom can squat more than your dad. Like I've got one like that, because my baby shower was like gym themed, and so
Yeah, I remember.
yeah, so it kind of went along for that, but yeah, you won't catch me putting my kids in like a unicorn shirt and like I don't have a taste for that. Like some things are just kind of tacky for me, you know.
Not like that. I'm very like mellow. Like he'll wear dinosaur stuff and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
if he wants to wear whatever color, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like he plays with Barbies too, not in a way of like he's like, oh, Barbie. And one of my coworkers was getting rid of a Barbie house, and he's like, oh, you have a boy, so he's probably not gonna play like with a Barbie house. And I was like, I'll fucking take it. And that dude,
Yeah.
Barbie's got a pot, like it's a little Barbie house, and it opens up, and Barbie's got a potty and everything. And he's like, Barbie goes potty on the potty, and I'm like, Barbie does go potty on the potty.
Yeah.
Good job, bro. And he was
Yeah.
like, take Barbie's clothes off. And I was like, we're not going to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, here's a Ken doll.
There's a Ken doll. There's a boy and a girl.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, I don't care what he wears. Like,
Yeah.
and if I do have another girl, or if I do have a girl and I still only have all the boys' clothes, because I'm not throwing any shit away.
Right.
Clothes is expensive. Like,
Yeah.
and then sometimes other people buy you like the ugliest stuff.
Yeah, I refuse for people to buy me. On my registry, there were no clothes unless I picked them out and got like just
Well, I was about to say, it's
cream
not your-
color,
yeah.
like something like that. But
Because sometimes if you don't tell people exactly the thing that you want, you know,
Yeah.
they just go rogue. And
oh, I do. Or I'm like, get me gift cards for like food. Because the first 6 weeks is like crazy. We're trying to figure out our lives. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
you
true.
helping with meals is better than some ugly ass fucking outfit that I have to go return. That I'm never gonna go return. So it's gonna sit there, and you know, it's a waste.
Or like Amazon. Amazon has a really good registry
Oh,
thing
yeah.
where you can put how many. So like if you wanted to just stock up on diapers of like one
Yeah.
box of newborns, or
Yeah.
wipes, like if you know exactly what type of wipes you like and what type of diapers you like.
Right. Yeah. But as far as registry goes for a girl and boy, like, I don't really think they're too different. Like, I think the biggest difference is maybe clothes, but for the biggest thing, like, they all need diapers.
Yeah.
So, like, if you do cloth
Diapers,
or regulars,
wipers.
like, that's the same. Like, they're all gonna need a car seat at some point. So it's like, they all need the same thing. It just depends on your color preferences, I guess. But we like to keep it neutral, too, so we can reuse it. So, like, a black high chair or a beige high chair. So
Yeah.
it's like neutral, you know? Like, that stuff, if you do care about that, we want to save money and, you know, so we intentionally got super gender neutral things, even though we knew we were having a girl. So that way, in case we had a boy, like, he can use the same high
Dude,
chair.
I bought
he can
you
use
all pink
whatever.
stuff, I think, when I went to your...
I
Did
threw
you
it all
absolutely
away.
hate it? Even one said like little love, and I was like, that's so cute. And I'm sure.
I'm not gonna lie, I probably tossed it. No, actually, I got it Once Upon a Child, and so I probably turned it in, and I was
Okay.
able to go get a couple of
Okay,
something
good.
else.
It's just
Yeah.
a couple of something you want. Wow.
Yeah. I just being honest.
No, but I did buy you girl stuff. So
I mean, that's fine. Like, some things are
my
okay.
sister-in-law, she loves putting her girl in hyper girl stuff. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
like
saying? So
pinks and
like,
stuff.
if I bought her anything girl stuff, she would like instantly.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, Esme
she
wears
would-
bows, like, and her ears are pierced. So, like, I want to make sure people know she's a girl, but
Yeah.
it's just some things that they're just too tacky for me. And like, I'm not a big fan of pink either. And so,
Damn! I bought you all pink for you.
no, yours. I honestly found your stuff was the cutest, also, by like the little basket. But it was most helpful because you had
don't
like
have to backpedal.
no, you had like the nipple cream and like
Yeah.
like the pump wipes or whatever.
Yeah.
Those were amazing
Oh,
because
good.
everybody else got me also pink girly stuff. That's like mommy's favorite best friend, you know, stuff like that. Which whatever. Hey, if you like that, you know, props to you. That's just not my thing, you know.
Yeah.
And
Which is okay. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't even think we really talked a lot at that point.
Yeah,
But-
we really didn't. That's true
Well,
too.
I know for the next one that
Yeah.
I won't
Definitely
buy the
no
boy
pink.
pink stuff.
Yeah, definitely no pink.
Also, another thing is like on your baby registry, don't just put shit for your baby. Put stuff for you too.
Oh, yeah,
like,
for
If
sure.
you want like a maternity bra or
Or
something like that.
PJs. And yeah, the bras are a big thing. I thought I didn't need any. I was gonna rock it. Like, it can be that bad now. Get the ones with the snaps. Those are great.
Yeah.
Then they have sleeper ones too. That are more comfortable because you can just slide your boob out in the middle of the night instead of having to snap.
Also, anything that's not like like I don't want to say super supportive, but anything that's super tight, it can restrict the blood flow to your boobs to allow you to produce milk. So if
Yeah.
you have compression on your boobs, it can cause you to have less milk production. So that's also
Yeah. Or
buy
clogged
your-
duct.
Yeah, buy your bras a little bit or get a size that's like maybe a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
But
You
put
know-
it on your registry so somebody else can buy it for you instead of the tacky bullshit that I bought her.
Yeah, and like I got what are they called? Like the Tux, like cooling pads.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can get those prescribed though.
Yeah, I know you can get those,
Okay.
but I had those on there, so I didn't buy them. But because the doctor, they only gave me one, and they said they couldn't give me any more. So I was like, whatever. And I had seen a lot of people on social media say like, well, for the first like X amount of months afterwards, like it was just in pain. So I was anticipating like a really few shitty.
You're about to hunker down for 6 months.
Yeah, I was, and I'd rather be safe than sorry. And it was like after the first few weeks, like I was feeling pretty normal. Like relatively normal. Like I wasn't in crazy amount of pain, and I had a second degree tear and all that. And so I was like, well, fuck, I didn't need all these. But like I got a nicer Perry bottle to help with that, and I got some like refrigerated like cooling packs that are like a nice little shape to go down there instead of like the big bulky ones. So like there's some things you could have that
like
for mom.
this long that go all the way to your ass, which I'm sure do help, but they're so not like comfortable, and they slide around.
Right. And disposable like underwear diaper things that have a built-in pad. Like there are just a lot of things out there for mom. So just really look into that and consider it, I think. Because like the PJ things, like my PJs, like I'll sleep with like a shirt or shorts or whatever, or like my pants that like tie, and like it was just really uncomfortable, and I prefer just having like one kind of gown like for like the first week. That was really nice, especially like when you're in the hospital and everybody's got to come in and check your coochie like 3 times a day.
Or you have to pull up. I honestly, in the hospital, I literally just stayed in the hospital gown. I didn't even care.
Oh really?
And the second time around, I bought my own diapers, like the ones, Depends or whatever. I brought those, I packed those because I didn't want to wear the mesh ones that were in.
Oh, those ones are so shitty.
Well, because they stretch too much. Like I like the loose stress, but also like if I'm actively bleeding, I don't want to fucking be.
Right.
But yeah, the diapers. But yeah, on the registry, putting that stuff on.
And you can do stuff for your birth too. Like I put some like the fake candles on there if you don't have a speaker. Or
sound machine.
The sound machine's really good. Like,
did you do any girl specific stuff on yours? Like when you did your registry for Esme?
My cloth, I guess. Some of my cloth diapers have like flowers on them, so we're not going to use them with him, but I try to get more neutral. So I've got like earth tone, greens, browns, reds. That way all the babies can use them. That's probably like the most girly thing. And the bows, I put bows on there, but yeah, most things were.
Yeah, those are cute, like headbands and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think I put anything boy. Well, I didn't know I was having a boy, but after the fact, my best friend, when she was having a boy, she was here when I had Mac, and she came like the week afterwards and stayed with me because Danny was deployed, and so she was making me meals, and she's the heaven sent. She was pregnant at the time when she came out to help me after I had the baby, and she found out she was having a boy, and Mac was peeing, so like. They have a water. It's a hose. It's not like a girl where I guess it like, I don't know what it does. I'm assuming that it just like
you're a girl. It's
out.
like the same thing.
I know, but I don't like lay down and let somebody else do it
for science.
Yeah, but like I'm assuming that. Well, now it's like a sprinkler, but before, I mean, I'm assuming it's like a straight line. But for a boy, like it's a water hose. Like sometimes I would be changing Mac's diaper, and it's like literally like shooting on his face or and you can't help it.
Yourself.
No, every time you change your diaper, sometimes I've heard different things. Like if you wipe, like right before you change your diaper, if you wipe right above their tummy, like close to the line where the diaper's at, if you wipe there with a cold rag and then just wait a second, or like a baby wipe, and just wait for a second, they'll pee. And then you can change their diaper without them peeing. But when you have a boy, you are going to get peed on 9 times out of 10 when you're changing diapers. And there's something called a PPTP.
What gang language did you just throw at me?
I had to say it in my head so I didn't up when I said it. But my friend, she found it, and she bought it for her son, but I think it's a waste of money. I have to ask her again, like if it helped at all. But it's like
trash product. You just said it was garbage.
No, it's just like a baby wipe warmer. Like I'm not gonna change out that shit. If it runs out of wipes in the middle of the night, I'm gonna go like restock it. No, I'm not using it. Like cold wipes on your ass when you're a baby.
Yeah. I use a wipe warmer, but only because we have cloth wipes and we have to keep the solution warm. So I will say they are handy for cloth diapers.
Okay. I
cloth
forgot,
wipes.
like your crunchy, right?
Wow. Okay, geriatric, if we're going that way. Just dig it out, you know. But
I
yeah.
didn't realize you use reusable wipes. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
How do you do that on the go?
Oh, on the go, like in the diaper bag, we have like normal disposable wipes, but we still use cloth diapers.
okay.
So there's a couple of different ways when you do like cloth diapers. Like you make your and the cloth wipes. It's a solution. So it's like coconut oil, water, and then like a little bit of baby soap, essential oil if you want to. But the coconut oil, like if it's cold outside, it'll harden and solidify. So we need the wipe warmer because it keeps it warm, so that way the coconut oil doesn't solidify. And it holds like 60 wipes in it, and it takes me 2 minutes to restock it. Derek knows how to do it, so it's like man approved, simple. Yeah, if he can do it, you can do it. So it's just really easy. I only have to change it like once a week, but
I do love that you do that. I wish like I had known about it, I guess, or been invested in it.
Yeah.
Now I'm too what is it, like comfort-based decisions. I've already gotten this far, and I'm like not
true,
gonna change
yeah.
my ways. But you're starting out, and you're like, no, once you do it, you can do it. And
we did
it's not
disposables
easy,
for a
but
little
it's-
bit, like when Esme was first born, like newborn. Like we wanted to try it while we were learning how to become parents. We didn't want to add too many crazies to the mix.
Yeah.
And so for like the first like month of her, like us learning, she had the disposables. But we
but you would never go back, right? Like
No.
you would never. Yeah. So
it's literally the same amount of work with the disposables, except the cloth, like they hold everything a lot better. Like no blowouts, like ever. We've never had a blowout.
we have blowups every day.
Yeah, and like they adjust as the baby grows. So like there is no now all of a sudden baby's in size number 2. It's like
that's
just move
cool.
the button, and it's like if you have to take the time to unfasten the Velcro and move it, you have the time to button it. It's super easy. But anyway, I was just saying, hey, now all cloth wipe warmers are bad, okay?
The way I would use it, no, I do not have time. I can't.
Yeah, for
I wouldn't
disposables,
devote time
it's a waste
to
of time.
it. Yeah. But like the PPTP,
That's what we were saying.
there's not enough time in the once they start peeing, there's not enough time to grab the PPTP to put, and it's like a little cone
Is it toilet
upside
paper?
down.
Oh,
No, it's like a washcloth material, but it's in like a cone shape, and you just grab it
like
and you put it
TP.
over their penis, so when they're peeing, it doesn't go everywhere, and then you can take it off once they're done.
Oh,
But
that's
by the
also a lot of work.
But by the time that you do that, she bought them, so I have to ask her if she used them.
okay.
But by the time you do that, I'm like, it's
Well,
already,
I've heard-
they already stopped peeing, and it's already
Yeah.
still everywhere.
And that's
still have
another thing to clean, yeah. I don't know. I've heard some people just kind of like hold it down. Like, is that true? Have you ever done that? Like, just kind of.
Bro, I just like diaper back on. I'm like, oh god. Or I've had to,
I'm
like,
so
put my-
nervous.
I've had to like put my hand over, but at the same time, it's probably bad. I'm laughing my off because it's just funny that he's peeing in his face.
Yeah.
It's not good.
It's in his mouth. He's like, ah.
I don't think it ever got in his mouth, but there was a time when he was like making a noise. I was like maybe grabbing wipes or something. I was like pulling them out because you know when you try to grab wipes, it's like, God, you gotta get them off of each other.
I don't actually.
God.
Well, sometimes I guess with I've used
Well, you said
disposable
you
every
use
now and then.
Yeah. So, anyways, we have disposable wipes all around this house. When you try to pull them out, like
It's more than one. yeah.
3 come out at one time, and you're like trying to wiggle because you don't want them to fall.
yeah.
And then, so he'll be like, if I'm over here, my eyes are over here, he'll be peeing, and then you kind of hear it. Like they'll be like, or they'll be like, they'll start flailing, and then by the time I look over and I'm like, oh my god, you're peeing, but he's like peeing on himself, and it's like, oh my god, and so I just put the diaper back down. And I'm like, buddy. You can't pee on yourself.
So note to self: don't get the baby dressed. Don't get yourself dressed until you change them for the like morning.
You're gonna get peed on and poop. Like I don't know how it is with, as like you said, you don't have blowouts. Maybe it's different with the other diapers, but
Yeah.
with boys, like it's the second that you take the diaper off. I don't know if it's the cold air like hitting their balls, and they're just like, yep, let's go.
Yeah.
Let me empty this thing out. But
She does that too with like the cold air, or like as soon as she wakes up from a nap or she gets done eating around those times, like
Like she's peeing though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
and
but when
it
they're
comes
newborn-
straight to you too.
But,
yeah.
But when they're newborn, you know, like it's not. It's whenever you guys are like potty training her.
Yeah.
But at that stage, it's like whenever they feel like it.
Yeah, and they're always cold, so the poor little things.
That's the one you get to look forward to now. And you're gonna laugh because it's gonna be hilarious. And you can try to like hold it down or
I'm just
whatever.
gonna keep my mouth shut on this. Like,
it doesn't come. Well, I don't know. I guess it depends on the boy, but. Max and Nash's never really got the height, like because we have a dresser, right? And we're changing him on top of the. It's got like a changing station on top of the dresser, and so he's like stomach level. So if I'm like over top of him, the waterfall doesn't really reach that high. But sometimes if you like grab their legs to put the diaper under and they start going, then that.
Oh God, sniping himself. I'm like, you're kind of making me nervous to have a son.
No, but I mean, it's funny.
Yeah.
But
it's you're running late and you're like, fuck, you just pissed on your hair.
Or when they pee on their outfits and you gotta like change their whole outfit. Because if it gets on, I mean, I guess it'll dry, but you don't want your kid in a pee on onesie or something.
Right.
And so.
And when they get a little older, their pee starts smelling like pee.
Yeah, when they're little, like if I got a little bit of pee on it, like it's not that big of a deal. But if you just peed straight on your, like we gotta change you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an experience. It's funny.
But I don't know. I guess that was my biggest fear about like becoming a mom. I guess other than that, I know there's gonna be temperament things. I've always heard like teenagers, like then the boys are easier. The girls are harder.
That's what I've heard too.
Right now, Esme's only 7 months, and so and Nash is 2 months younger than her. So just like looking at them side by side, like, and I think we talked about that too.
That age though is different. That age, they're all kind of simple and easy.
Yeah,
it's like the 1.5, like when they start walking and running around, and like you can kind of tell the difference between the boys and the girls, because girls will like focus on something. Girls will like, oh, I want to color, like let me color, and I'll color for a little bit
by themselves.
Yeah. But Mac, mommy, come here. Mommy, do this. Mommy, do this. Like, you know, throwing around the house, like sword fighting. You know, everything's pew pew. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I'm in it. Like I love it. But boys like have a lot of energy. Have a lot of like. They're not going to sit down and listen to you and do like write on a piece of paper and go through their ABCs. Like they are wild, and you should let them be wild.
Yeah.
Like I saw somebody that was like, you don't negotiate with terrorists. Like if a boy is giving you lip back or is like angry or whatever, go run that motherfucker, or go run him. You know what I mean? Go like do laps around the kitchen, go outside and run and be outside, because that is going to settle. Like they need to get that energy out. And then once they get that energy out, then see if they'll sit down and eat their breakfast or something like that.
I mean, and just in their chemical makeup, like small all the way up to like adult age, like they have testosterone and different stuff in their bodies, and so they feel like their anger and stuff a lot more. They got more energy. They need to go hands-on and do things. Whereas girls are more calm. They're more mommy, cuddle, like let's do this.
Like it might be not all kids are not all kids are the same.
Like on average or whatever. Yeah.
Somebody else might have a girl and they're listening to this and they're like, my girl does the exact same thing. I would be like, I hear you.
I'm sure at some point
go run her.
They're all like energetic and like stuff, and then if you give them like sugar or whatever, you know, at the end of the day they're still all kids. But and
I heard girls progress, hit milestones faster than boys because they progress faster. So like walking may happen faster for girls than it is for boys. And like the second kid may walk faster than the first kid did, just because they see the example.
Right. So there's all that stuff to take into account for sure. I think a big thing right now too is like appearances, like for her, like making like now I have to do her hair because she's got a lot of hair, and so it's like, okay, well, and this is just an us thing too. Like some people don't care, but for us, it's like, you know, you need to look put together. And so like I'm teaching her, like she's 7, but like you are 7 months old, but you teaching these habits and like things, and you know she gets used to them. And so I'm like, all right, well, it's the start of a new day. We gotta do your hair now. And so like we'll like comb her hair, and she just sits there and watches. So like comb her hair, put her bow in, and I'm like, all right, we're all done. And so like with the boy, he's not gonna have a bow, so it's just a little, oh, you have a knot, okay, or let me get that with my fingers, or not at all, like we're good, you know.
Unless you're Mac, who has a full-on ponytail.
I'll say he's got long hair.
I have to do his hair every single morning, and he's like,
Yeah.
Like, okay, dude.
Well,
sorry,
a lot of
but you
boys
have a
don't have
badass
long hair.
haircut. Like, bro, like everybody is commenting on your hair.
Yeah.
You'll thank me one day.
Yeah, and he's got like thick hair too. So
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
you kind of
he's
know
got
that
pretty hair.
he does have pretty hair. But I would say that's probably the biggest thing too, is like taking care of them, like, because a lot of people, like some people don't let their sons have like long hair. But once they start getting to the age where like Esme like might want her nails painted or like makeup, like then as you're older and developing into their personalities. But with the cloth diapers, I know we had kind of talked about that just a second ago. Like we did like the cost analysis, and there's a bunch of different brands too. So like if you want a different brand, we kind of went on the higher end because we knew we were going to be reusing them for like 3 kids. So anyway, you get the diaper and it comes with a liner inside. And so there's a bunch of different ways you can use the cloth diapers, but basically there's a shell, like the outside part, like the part you button up, and then there's a liner that goes inside of it. So you can either do it where the liner goes in like a little pouch in it. We don't do that, it's a little bit more work. You can put the liner just directly on it, or you can have one that's got like the liners built into it, like they're sewn into it or whatever. We like to do it this way because we can use one shell, like the outside, like the colorful part, like all day long. Like if she doesn't like get it super saturated or anything, and you just have to change the liner. So it's almost like a regular disposable diaper change where you just open it up, you wipe her down, and like it's like a little liner. It kind of looks like a thick like pad almost. It looks just like a pad really.
But it's not disposable. It's something that you're washing that you're still using.
Yeah, and so we have a wet bag. It goes in the wet bag. We have small wet bags for the diaper bag. So if we're out in public, it just goes in there. And the wet bags, like, they're, you know, waterproof, and so you don't smell anything, like you don't ever leak it. No leaks come out, and like she'll poop, she'll pee, whatever. It goes in there. We have big ones at home, and then you just wash, instead of like your clothes, you wash them with one cycle. With the diapers, you just have to wash them twice. And so we use we don't use baby detergent because that's a scam, but we use like all like free and clear. So basically just any detergent that are free of dyes is like good for babies, because like when they're young, like I was like, I don't know if that's true, so we kept using like our Tide and Downy or whatever,
or the Drift or Draft or whatever it's called.
And like she would just like break out because of like the scent, like the sensitivity to like the smells and the fragrances or whatever. So we just use all, so it's, you don't smell like when you wash laundry and you got like that Tide smell or whatever, you don't smell that because there isn't fragrance, but it cleans it and it didn't break her out. So now to make it easy, that's what we just use for everything, because we don't have to have 3 different laundry detergents.
Yeah.
So that's stupid.
And you have to separate clothes, like if she only had like a PP or something.
Right, it all goes in one, which is nice. And so same thing with the diapers though, we just use the same detergent, but you wash it twice. So like and now that she's with eating solids, her poops are like solid poops, like they're actual poop instead of like that mushy whatever.
Yeah.
And so we have a sprayer attached to our toilet, and like sometimes you don't even need it, sometimes it just falls out, but you flush the turd and put the liner in the bag. It takes like literally 30 seconds, like it doesn't take that much longer. But once, like I said, we did the cost analysis or whatever, and after 6 months of using them, now we finally got to the point where we're like making money, you know, like we've like paid them off essentially.
So now you're just saving. Now it's like you truly are saving the money on diapers.
Right. And like I said, we got the more expensive ones. So like if you got, and we got a lot because I didn't want to ever run out. And we do laundry once a week because like we're in the camper.
Yeah.
And so we have to have enough diapers and liners and wipes to last us all week. Versus some people in the residence, like you just need enough diapers for like 10 diapers or whatever. You can do that because you can do laundry as much as you want. I can't do that, so I need to make sure I've got like 50 liners ready to go so I can have 10 per day or whatever. So I just wash them all at once. And you just do it 2 times, like your regular cycle. Okay, cool. More soap and do it again. And they come out perfectly clean. Now that she is eating solid, she's got like carrots in her poop and like green beans, and so like sometimes like if she sits in it for a little bit, like the diaper liner like might get a little green stain or whatever.
Yeah.
But if
it's inside of the diaper, it's not like a stain is gonna somebody's gonna see it.
It's not that big of a deal. But I did this because my aunt did cloth diapers. If you put it out in the sun, like we have a clothesline, and in the summer we like to use it because it just smells better or whatever. We put them on the clothesline, and the sun like bleaches it, and it got all like the dark green stains up and like everything.
That's
and so
cool.
it was really cool. And like I don't want to use like bleach or like harsh chemicals to get her white because the liners are like whitish, but the sun like just like that, and they dry, and so it was really, really good. But I heard that cloth diapers are like more enjoyable for boys because I guess boys pee more, and so because cloth diapers absorb so well, and you can add multiple liners. So like if you have like a heavy wetter instead of one liner, or as they get older they might need two, or they've got really wide ones for boys.
What's the age range? Like how long can you? How I guess to potty train, but the buttons on the reusable shell, how big does it get?
So it goes by poundage. So like the ones we have right now, I think are 10 to like 30 pounds. So once she exceeds 30
so like
pounds.
that's Mac. Like Mac is 2.5.
Yeah.
So he could still be wearing what she has. Like he could wear what she has.
Yeah, you just have to adjust the buttons as you go, which
That's really.
and it's not hard. Like I see the old school ones where you have to like pin it, and it's like a shirt button, and it's not like you have to unbutton it like how you would unrip the Velcro like for a normal diaper. You have to do that anyway. So instead of putting it on the second snap, put it on the third snap or the first snap. Like
having it grow with them. Also.
Yeah. And it grows around their legs, around their belly, so that way if like the umbilical cord's still there and have to fall off, you don't want to touch it. You can fold it down and snap it so it's out of the way. It is really, really nice. And you don't have to worry about like harsh chemicals in some diapers, like whatever. If you care about that, like that's one of the things. But the biggest thing is it just saves money.
Yeah, trading brands too. Like we had one box of one brand, and I was like, I don't like that at all. And then the next box, it was like, I kind of like these better. And it's like trying to figure out what absorbs the most. And whereas you're saying like, if you have a kid that pees more, then just put 2 liners. And it's like you don't have to shop around for a different brand that's going to do something different. I can see the appeal. Like I can see.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I wish that they had that disposables do is that convenient little line, like that turns blue when they wet. Like you don't have that, so you can't tell. And like
there's no way without putting a chemical or something in there to tell.
I mean, if she poops, I can tell because I can smell it.
Yeah.
But typically, I just go off of time, and like I've learned her where she doesn't pee a whole lot. Like before, I'm like, all right, it's been 2 hours. I'm gonna change her. I'm like, like I'll touch the line, and I'm like, that's still pretty dry. Like the underneath of it won't even be wet yet. So like, okay, now I know next time she could probably go like 2.5, 3 hours. And so you just learn your baby, and you know, like, okay, it's been 3 hours. I should probably change her. But yeah, that's the only thing I do like about the diapers is. The disposables is that it does have a line, but also those lines can turn blue like off their first pee. And so it's like, okay. So maybe that's
Nash wakes up with some massive pee-pee diapers. Like those things are bulging. Like his diaper right now, I'm like, brother. Like good, I'm happy, but holy, I feel bad. Like you got a big ass diaper. Good morning.
Right.
Let's go change this. I pick him up. I'm like, you're 3 pounds heavier. Like what?
I peed, Mom. But and that's the thing too is they make them now where they're like sleek. So like before, like cloth diapers were kind of bulky, and so it's like you would have to size up your kid's pants to get them over it. But now like they're sleek and stuff. So it's like she's in age appropriate clothes and everything. Like.
Oh, that's cool.
It is really nice. And then the only thing I will say is we got the 10 pound to 30 pound, and she was 8 pounds when she was born. And so they were a little big on her when she was a newborn, but they have newborn ones. So I think we're going to get a couple of newborn diapers because now we know we want to do cloth diapers because last time we tried the disposable when she was a newborn.
Yeah.
But now we know, and we're going to have another baby, and so it'll be worth it. But anyway, I don't know how we started on a rant about cloth diapers, but I seriously do recommend.
Is it cost effective versus like, is it really saving you money? And you're like, no, I'm in the zone of, I'm literally not spending money. I've already gotten my money back, and now I'm not spending money.
And I bought more. Like most people can probably buy 10 or to 20 and be good because they can wash them more frequently. And I bought a fuck ton, so I don't have.
Well, I mean that helps you also because with the new baby, Esme might not. I know you're working on potty training, but maybe she's not potty trained yet, and so she can still be in them while you're still in the new baby.
Right. But yeah.
What about poop? Like, okay, sorry, we're gonna go back to like the boys versus girls. When she pees, like when she poops, does it not smash against like her downstairs? Like I just imagine Mac and Nash when they poop, they must poop like grown-ass men because it literally shoots up their front, it'll be on their belly, it's going up their back. I'm like, oh my God, if I had a girl, it'd be all in her cracks and crevices.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it depends. I try to keep her upright a lot of the day. So, like she'll be, before she would have been like in a jumper or like I would have wrapped her. And so those poops didn't really get up front a whole lot because she was like,
up and down.
Like, yeah. But now that she's mobile and she crawls and she's like climbing on things. And so she like, when she falls, she lands on her butt. It like really gets in there. And if she has like a really, like before her poop started getting more solid and they were like really, really mushy.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, those would get in the front a lot. And sometimes like it gets in there, but you don't really have to like pry it open and like look. You just kind of like take the wipe on your finger and just like
wipe it out.
Get in there. And until the wipe comes out clean, like I just stop, Like it makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't want to like hold open, her little pearly bits and inspect it like, all right, we're good. Like it's not that deep, like wipe it until the wipe comes back clean,
Yeah.
But no, honestly, like this, not to get weird, but like it's closed enough where it doesn't really get in it a whole lot. But if it does, like it cleans easy.
Yeah. Well, good. Okay. I guess it still just like worries me because I would hate to, like, I don't want a baby to get an infection or something like from bacteria from poop, like not being cleaned. That's what makes me nervous. So, but I've never had to do it. Yeah.
I mean, I'll let you change Esme one time if you want.
My sister-in-law was like, well, when she pees, sometimes it just rinses everything off. And I'm like, really?
Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't even get messy at all. And like, I guess it just like stays kind of closed, but sometimes it does. And
with a boy, you're literally like if it's around their penis, you're just like wiping everything is external. Like anybody who has a boy baby, like obviously balls have some wrinkles. So like if they poop, and you're wiping, they're not as sensitive as you think. It's not like a dude when you like flick their balls, they're like in pain. They're like, oh my God, like babies don't have
that. How many dudes' balls have you flicked?
I'm pretty sure in elementary school I kicked a kid in his balls because he was making fun of me. I remember my dad, like that was the most he ever got mad at me. He was like, you don't do that. And I was like, wait, what? Like I can beat the out of him, but I can't kick him in the balls. Okay, we can't fight dirty.
Okay.
Right. Noted. But also, okay. But yeah, no, they're not as sensitive. You just wipe everything down. So it's not even like
you do the same thing with the girl. And like this might sound weird, but it's like it's just one like it's just one swipe. Like you don't have to like move out of the way of anything. It's just go from the top all the way down, like front to back, just doop, doop, doop. And with the cloth wipes, I think it's really nice too because they're bigger and they're like,
well, and the consistency is probably like a washcloth.
Yeah, it's like a thin wash rag. And so it cleans it super easy. So I don't know. I've never really done it with a disposable. Like she's never really had a really bad one, and that I've had to use a disposable. But if you use a disposable, it might be different. Like a disposable wipe, it might be. But I
like what you said about the coconut oil though. That's like, it makes me think. I like my skin soft, and I put oil on my skin, and I'm like, maybe I'm doing them a disservice of like. No.
You're more welcome to try it. Like
I don't know. Maybe I will. I would have to be. I need to get super invested. Maybe. I don't know.
And we've
maybe for the next baby.
We've like made it where she needs me to make more wipes on the weekend, so that way because the weeks are always busy.
Hectic.
So that way on the weekends I have to do it, and it doesn't even take long. Like it takes 2 minutes. In our camper, we have like in the bathroom, there's like a panel where you can set the water temperature, so we don't have to mess with like hot, cold water. We just set it to the temperature we want. We set it to 115 to dissolve the coconut oil and mix it up. And so you just set the water temperature to hot. Mix it up. It literally takes me 2 minutes, and that's only because I'm cramming as many wipes as I can in there. Cause so you make like the solution, and then you add your wipes, which you wash with the diapers.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I maybe one day I'll just try it. I mean, I had a bunch of PTAD that I have to use, so maybe I'll try it.
But,
yeah. We kind of did go off on a tangent.
Well, cloth diapers are good for girls and boys. Yeah. But one thing I'm nervous about now with like preparing for a boy is like the circumcision thing, and then like when do you do it? How do you like take care of it afterwards? Like you were telling us earlier about like when you're changing them, like sometimes you have to move the skin down to clean it.
Yeah. So when you're in the hospital with Mac, I think it was on the 3rd day is when he got circumcised, and then Nash, it was on the 2nd day. Yeah, that he got circumcised. But I mean, it's nerve-wracking because you have the baby and then you have this little bundle that you just want to keep with you because you had it in your body for 9 months and now it's with you. And that's the first time that they like took him, they take them away. Like you don't get to go with them. You never get to go because they're going to do a procedure and they don't put him under, but I don't know that I'm not a doctor, so I don't know what they do, but
that'd probably be painful to
they
hear
put
and
him,
watch.
they put him not to sleep, but they put him to where they aren't gonna feel like pain or whatever. I don't know if it's an I don't think they're doing an injection like lidocaine injection or anything like that.
The crunchy mom in me is like, I have so much to research.
Yeah, but I mean, do it because I didn't know anything, but they do it all of the time, and I mean, it's not a pleasant procedure by any means, but the babies don't know or remember it or anything like that. But they take them and they do the procedure and then they bring them back. But the nurse literally will show you how to change their diaper. Well, at least my nurse, I shouldn't say every place is the same, but if they're a good place, they're gonna show you how to change the diaper. They're gonna show you the incision. They're gonna show you how to put it's like petroleum jelly on, and you literally just slather that thing up because what you don't want to happen is for the diaper or cloth or whatever to be dry against the open wound, to be dry against that, and then you take the diaper off and it rips that's big owie. But you just slather it up, and I mean it's messy when they're newborn, like the first 3 weeks or whatever, however long it takes to heal. And I don't even think it's 3 weeks. I think it's more like a full week before you can see that it's healed and it's not raw. You still want to continue to put petroleum jelly on it just so that it's good for them. But yeah, you do. You have to pull the skin back a little bit and to make sure that it doesn't the new skin doesn't adhere to the top of the chin. I don't want this to be like an anatomy class right now, but like the little mushroom dome, like you want it to be a mushroom dome, so you still got to kind of stretch that skin to clean around it and to put the jelly around it so they don't have to come back and do it again. Like
I'm gonna call you when he's born. I'm like, all right, I have to change his diaper. Make sure it's okay.
It is scary. Like with Mac, I was like very nervous. I was like, oh my God, can he feel it? Is he hurt? Because they're scream crying, but they scream cry with everything. But to you, when you're changing the diaper, you're like, oh, it's because of this.
Right.
But you just do it. You just knock it out real quick. And what does happen is that their pee will not. Sometimes like the petroleum jelly is on the diaper, so it keeps it from soaking up the pee when they pee. So sometimes you have pee leaking out, and like if they're laying down or something, then you'll see like a big thing of pee up here, and it's literally because none of the diaper got any of the pee. But again, that's only for like the first week or 2 weeks when you're doing that, and then you just keep, every time you clean, you have to like kind of keep pulling it down. Not like you're not yanking on it or anything. It's not a hard process. It's just another step. Like I don't do it with Nash anymore. But
okay. So when did you think you had to stop? Just like you said, that first week or so?
You don't pull on it when they first do the surgery. You don't pull on it until it's healed, and then you're just pulling back the skin a little bit, cleaning around it, and then making sure that it's not adhered to the mushroom part.
Okay.
So it should be like a mushroom and then the stick.
I'm familiar with the anatomy.
The things that you learn. But yeah, when they poop, when they're newborns, it's kind of easier, but it is like sometimes a little bit scary because you're like, oh my God, they just pooped, and it's like, that's an open wound and bacteria and all of that. But it's super, normally if you're doing enough gel, like petroleum jelly on it, that's the barrier. So it doesn't even cross, like once you wipe just gently, it takes the poop right off.
Okay, sweet.
And if you're breastfeeding, it's like the yellow poop, so it's not even that terrible. The tar poop might be a little different, but neither one of them ever had like the tar poop on the top of their.
Okay. So I know you had a C-section, so you had to stay for a long time, and like they make you walk and everything before you leave. They didn't do that like for me, so I think that might just be a C-section thing only. But
you didn't have to walk after your catheter got pulled out? What?
No.
Maybe I gotta go back and do. I'm pretty sure, I have to ask my other friend who she gave birth at the same hospital we did. I have to ask her. I'm pretty sure you didn't have to do 2 laps around the.
Nope.
Okay, I don't know.
Because I'm so young. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's I don't know. But no, I've never did that. But also, like when I was like pushing and stuff, like, and I had to move around a lot, so like
It's because
I didn't really use
the
a catheter.
epidural, not because of it's. If you have an epidural with a catheter, I think
Yeah.
in order to get the catheter pulled, you have to not prove, but show that the epidural is out of your system and you can actually walk around, because they don't want to pull your catheter and then now you can't
That's
walk.
what it is. So, like, most of the time, like, when you have a catheter and you deliver vaginally, when you're pushing and the pressure of the baby, the catheter comes out. So, like, so mine came out as it was coming out. So, they didn't have to come back and pull it out or anything like that.
Well, and maybe because your body, you said the epidural left your body, like you could feel
I felt-
a lot,
yeah.
a lot sooner than, because the epidural was like going
Yeah,
so
and they're
fast.
like, this walking. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, so they probably didn't have to test that on you.
Yeah, I
they were probably
guess.
like, all right, well, she's mobile. Like,
Yeah, I guess. So I don't know, but yeah, they never made me walk or anything. But I was out, like, because you have to stay there for at least 24 hours. So as soon as my 24 hours hit, like, we left. But like, if he's gonna get circumcised, so do we have to wait and stay there for the 3 days, or is that like you leave the first day, you come back a few days later?
No, so you can get, like, I'm pretty sure you can get the circumcision. It's whenever they're available for it. So sometimes, like, sometimes people want their kid to be circumcised and then they just don't have the opportunity to do it in the hospital, and they have to come back, like, not because they wanted to get it done when they came out, but maybe they just didn't have the opportunity. Maybe there's too many people busy. Maybe there's too many babies, or whatever the circumstances are. Like with Mac, I think we waited I was there because I had a C-section. I was in the hospital for 4 days for him. And then with Nash, I was like ready to get the out of there. And I was like, what's the threshold for time frames right now? When can I leave? But the first one, I was so scared. I was like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know how things are going to react. Like, am I going to bust open like my scar?
And I think for the first one, because you don't have another kid at home, like, it's fine. You're not in a rush.
Right.
And you're getting waited on. All your meals come to you. You got help. Like, it was a lot easier at the hospital because, you know, you had a lot of help.
And you have
Derek
people
had
that
help.
know.
Right. And so for the first time moms, I think that's the only thing I would say is, like, if you're okay and comfortable being in a hospital, like, enjoy, like, the being taken care of, because that was really nice.
Yeah. I had somebody, like, our neighbor, the same people that Mac went to stay with, they were coming over and feeding the dogs. So, like, you know, thank God that we had anybody to take them to and to watch the dogs, because I have misfits over here that are psychopaths. I can't just let anybody do it. So you have to really, like, trust somebody. One, I have to trust somebody with my child, and they are amazing people, and they have kids too, and they have dogs too, and we've known them, like, from our previous duty station and this duty station. So they're a godsend. But you have to trust somebody with your kid and your animals and your house or whatever else. So if you are comfortable with staying in the hospital, you're getting waited on, like, with people who know, not waited on, but
there's more help.
You have help with somebody who knows what they're doing.
Right.
And that's your opportunity, like, to ask questions. They'll help you with the breastfeeding. You can get a lactation consultant to come to your room. You can, somebody can teach you how to give them a bath for the first time and all this other stuff. So, but, like, my second one, I was like, Danny was coming back. I was like, I want to get out of the hospital. Like, I don't want to be here anymore. He was in the NICU. I was like, I'm ready to be with my baby. So the second that he was released from the NICU and brought up to the mama baby ward on day 2, they asked me if I wanted him circumcised, and I was like, if we can get it done today, yes. Like, but if I need to come back, that's okay too. And they were like, nope, we'll get him in right now. And literally, they, like, went out, checked something, and then came back in. They're like, all right, we'll be back. And they took him, and then they brought him back, and he was circumcised. But it is crazy, because you're like, my baby, and then but they don't remember it. You know, you can only, the things that you're saying to justify is it's in the long run it's going to be better. And then if that's what you choose to do, you don't have to get it done. But
Well, I was just asking because I know for like some of the crunchy moms who don't want to do any of the vaccinations or anything, sometimes that includes like the potassium or vitamin K shot that babies get, and that's supposed to help like babies like with their blood clotting, like helps clot, which is more important for boys because they get circumcised, they lose blood, you want them to clot and heal. But I know some people, and it's also, I guess it kind of taps the religious button too for some people. But like on the 6th day after baby's been born is what like the Bible says. That's when you circumcise your kid. But if you look on the science side of the house, after the first week of the baby's been born, the baby's potassium or vitamin K levels naturally rise. And so some people are like, oh, I want to wait till my kid's potassium or vitamin K rises naturally and then they're ready for surgery versus doing it fresh out up at the gate. And so I just didn't know if there was like a hard cutoff where you have to do it within 3 days or the hospital won't do it, or
no,
wait 6 days.
Yeah, I think it's unavailable. I mean, you don't need to get your child circumcised. Like if you didn't want to get them circumcised for like the religious reasons, nobody's pressuring you to have them. It's just they just ask you. So like sometimes if you want it, sometimes you can't get it if there's certain things that are going on with the baby. Like my friend, when her son was born, I think his like I don't know, I have to ask her again, but there was something like the skin of his penis was like attached to his balls or something, so as he grows, as he gets a little bit older, like that will stretch out and then they can circumcise him like whatever 6 months of age. So because it was just like a little bit more invasive, like they would have to, instead of just circumcising the shaft, they would have to like do something a little bit lower. But sometimes there's situations like that, like preemies, you know, if you have a preemie, they might refuse to do it just for the baby's safety. And so, you know, as the baby gets like within a year, I think up to a year old, you can get your baby circumcised.
Okay.
But
because there was a coworker
you can get
who did that.
circumcised as an adult too, but like
really.
You know,
Oh, I mean, I guess
shit
that
only
makes
gets
sense.
harder as you get older. Like
That's
kids
true.
can get their tonsils out and they like bounce back like same day. There's like I get ice cream fucking 3 times a day. Do it again.
Yeah.
Like I had my tonsils taken out as an adult, and I mean, I almost went to the hospital.
Really?
Family friends had to come pick me up so I could go stay at their house because I couldn't eat. I couldn't.
Wow.
It was bad. Like,
Dang.
and I'm not even trying to be call myself a. I don't want to say that word, the P word. But I wasn't being a little baby. It was bad.
Yeah,
But
I mean, you
kids
heal
bounce
quicker
back,
too. Yeah, right. But yeah, there was a coworker back when I was in, and her son, I guess, he wasn't able to get circumcised right at the hospital, and then it came to a point where they weren't going to do it anymore. Like, so they had to go to a specialist. And I remember her talking about it. Yeah, I remember talking about it to get go to the specialist. The specialist is like 3 hours away. All that. So I know at some point there is a cutoff where, like, for a time cutoff, like your kid, if you're going to do it, it needs to happen before this. I just don't know what that is.
Yeah. Well, also boys, like at a young age, like Mac is figuring out that he has a penis, and sometimes like he pitches a tent, and it's like, brother, and he's like standing there putting his hand down his pants. I'm like, well,
and if it itches or hurts, I don't want to touch it.
You got a pee-pee, but if he got circumcised at that age, I don't know how I would be able to. You can't like put a cone on your kid like you can a dog, you know?
Right. So it's probably better when they're younger, because then they don't they can't move their arms. So like, you know, they
have more positive control over what they're doing. Like they're not touching it.
Right.
Their baby, like their hands are elsewhere, whatever. So
yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I don't know. Yeah. I wouldn't say like personal preference, but like if you were religious and wanted to wait that 6 days or whatever, there's nothing against that. Like you're just scheduling a procedure and you just have to go back to the hospital. Yeah. Again, you're postpartum, like you just had a baby, whether it's a C-section or like a vaginal birth, like you still, thank God I didn't say vagina.
And like the last thing you want to do is go back to the hospital. Like I remember the 2-day-old visit or whatever, terrible time.
Oh my God, my legs were so swollen. I remember asking the doctor, I was like, can I just ask you a few questions about me? Like, and she's like, yeah. And I was like, do you see this? And I like lifted my pants legs, and she's like, oh, yeah, that's from your surgery. Because I had like elephantitis. Like it looked like my legs were so. I thought everything hurt. I thought something was wrong, and that's just because my C-section. Yeah. And she was like, you need to lift your legs up. That's
crazy. Those visits should be home visits. Like they should come to you. Like I just had a baby 2 days ago, or I just had surgery, like cut open, and you want me to get in my car and drive and then walk, like, are you kidding? Like 2 days, like I remember, like
But you'll do anything for your baby. Like,
right,
it doesn't
right.
matter.
Like I know
Yeah.
you want to check up on the baby. It's like the new world, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. But it's also like who's doing that? The moms, okay. And like I remember going to do hers, and I didn't have an incision in mine like you, so I wouldn't say I could probably walk better. But I was so hard walking. Like I had to hold on to the thing, and I was like shaky, and I was just in so much pain.
Well, because your body still. So I mean, I labored and then I had an emergency C-section. So it's not
Yeah.
like your body got hit by. You went through a
Yeah.
ton of just exhaustion. When you think of like preparing for a fucking hike or doing anything like the day's prep, and then like the next 2 days, you're like, my legs, oh my goodness, right? Like,
Yeah.
and that's just something you went on a hike.
Right.
This like was your entire body
Yeah.
doing something.
Could be up to multiple
amazing.
days too. Yeah.
Yeah, and like you're doing this for hours, every minute on the minute.
Yeah.
Every muscle in your stomach and in your body is tensing up and like contracting to push something out.
And the moment you're done,
yeah,
you have to take care of something from your body. So it's
but
yeah,
it's like
a lot.
crazy. And then just imagine how sore you are after like a hard day's working or a hard workout, and you know you're like, oh, I can barely squat down, my legs hurt so bad. But then you get hit by a f***ing bus, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna need you to come back in 48 hours so that we can check this little nugget out. And it's like, I will.
Yeah.
Do I need to drive? Like,
Yeah. Right.
like I'm getting
No
in the
sleep.
car and I'm like on the old shit handle, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll turn my butt. I wanted one of those things that you put on the latch in the frame of the door. Have you seen this for old people?
No.
It's like you put it, so it's like a handle that's like a removable one.
Yeah.
But I literally would back my up to the seat of the car, and I'd like gently like be doing like this, and I'm in pain.
Oh yeah. I had to sit on a donut for like the first 2 months.
Yeah.
It was rough.
And I mean, the people that understand what we're talking about are other people that have done it, but then like the spouses of those people are also like, 10 minutes, like we're almost, I'm glad that we left the house 30 minutes early.
Yeah,
Do
seriously.
you need any help? Oh, no. Oh, you're pissed off at me. Okay.
Yeah. I
did this already.
definitely yelled at Derek a lot because he'd be driving like a crazy man, taking a 30-mile-per-hour turn. And I'm like in the back trying to hold on, like to try to brace like that, especially when you can't sit. I'm like, "Gah!" you know, and I'm like, he's going over every little ditch. I'm like, are you trying to hit the
Oh,
potholes?
the bumps. Oh my God.
Are you trying? Why are we going 50 miles over the railroad track? Can we slow down? Like, and I'm like, I'm on a pillow right now. Like, you think we want to be rocking around?
Like, can we not?
Oh, it's one of those things where he's like, sorry. I'm like, I'll show you sorry. Like, are you kidding me?
That's funny.
But I don't know. I guess that was my biggest fear about like becoming a mom, I guess. Other than that, I know there's going to be temperament things. I've always heard like teenagers, like, then the boys are easier. The
Oh yeah,
girls
that's
are
what I've
harder.
heard too.
Right now, Esme's only 7 months, and so and Nash is 2 months younger than
Yeah.
her. So just like looking at them side by side, like, and I think we talked about that too.
That age though is different. That age, they're all kind of simple and easy.
Yeah, they're the
it's like the 1.5, like when they start walking and running around, and like you can kind of tell the difference between the boys and the girls, because
Yeah.
boys will, or girls will like focus on something. Girls will like, oh, I want to color, like let me color, and I'll color for a
Content
little bit.
by themselves.
Yeah. But Mac, mommy, come here. Mommy, do this. Mommy, do this. Like,
Yeah.
you know, throwing around the house, like sword fighting. You know, everything's pew pew. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I'm in it. Like I
Yeah.
love it. But boys like have a lot of energy. Have a lot of like. They're not going to sit down and listen to you and do like write on a piece of paper and go through their ABCs. Like they are wild, and you should let them be wild.
Yeah.
Like I saw somebody that was like, you don't negotiate with terrorists. Like if a boy is giving you lit back or is like angry or whatever, go run that motherfucker, or go run him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go like do laps around the kitchen, go outside and run and be outside, because that is going to settle. Like, they need to get that energy out.
Yeah.
And then once they get that energy out, then see if they'll sit down and eat their breakfast or something like that.
I mean, and just in their chemical makeup, like small all the way up to like adult age, like they have testosterone and different stuff in their bodies, and so they, you know, they feel like their anger and stuff a lot more. They got more energy. They need to go hands-on and do things. Whereas girls are more calm. They're more mommy, cuddle, like let's do this.
Like it might be, not all kids are not all kids are the same.
Like on average or whatever. Yeah.
Somebody else might have a girl and they're listening to this and they're like, my girl does the exact same thing. I would be like, I hear you.
I'm sure at some point
go run her.
They're all like, they're all like energetic and like stuff. And then if you give them like sugar or whatever, you know, at the end of the day, they're still all kids. But yeah.
And I heard girls progress, hit milestones faster than boys because they progress faster. So like walking may happen faster for girls than it is for boys.
Yeah.
And like the second kid may walk faster than the first kid did just because they see the example.
Right.
So
there's all that stuff to take into account for sure. I think a big thing right now too is like appearances, like for her, like making like now I have to do her hair because she's got a lot of hair, and so it's like, okay, well, and this is just an us thing too. Like some people don't care, but for us, it's like, you know, you need to look put together. And so like I'm teaching her, like she's 7, but like you are 7 months old, but you teaching these habits and like things, and you know she gets used to them. And so I'm like, all right, well, it's the start of a new day. We gotta do your hair now. And so like we'll like comb her hair, and she just sits there and watches. So like comb her hair, put her bow in. I'm like, all right, we're all done. And so like with the boy, he's not gonna have a bow, so it's just a little, oh, you have a knot, okay, or let me get that with my fingers, or not at all, like we're good, you know.
Unless
what I mean?
you're Mac, who has a full-on ponytail.
I'll say he's got long hair.
I have to do his hair every single morning, and he's like, rah! Like, okay, dude.
Well,
sorry,
a lot of
but you
boys
have a
don't
badass
have long hair.
haircut. Like, bro, like everybody is commenting on your hair. You'll thank me one day.
Yeah, and he's got like thick hair too. So I mean, you kind of know that
pretty hair.
He does have pretty hair, but I would say that's probably the biggest thing too, is like taking care of them, like because a lot of people, like some people don't let their sons have like long hair, but once they start getting to the age where like Esme like might want her nails painted or like makeup, like then as they're older and developing into their personalities. But I think as they get older and like developing their personalities, that's probably when you'll see the biggest difference of, oh, we're doing more like whatever you think girly things are, and then oh, we're doing more boy things. And so we're excited for that, to see like what is she going to be interested in. Is she going to be sports? Is she going to be like music, whatever, or all above? And but yeah,
Danny did say like when he started buying Mac toys, he was like laying on the ground putting a racetrack together for Mac, and he was like really into it, and he's like playing with the cars, and he's like, man, boys' toys are so much better than girls' toys, because he has an 11-year-old daughter that, you know, from his previous marriage, and like she grew up with girl stuff, and he's hands-on, like he plays with it, you know, he doesn't care. But it was just funny of him being like this epiphany of like, damn, boys have cooler toys than girls do.
Well, because they are like the hands-on, loud, all that.
You're like a toolkit, but then it's like he's a guy too. So he's like, oh, a little toolkit, like a blower, a little lawnmower.
Yeah.
He's like, that's his buddy. You know?
Versus like you have to put a dress on and play. And I think that's something too, a lot of girls like they do like play, like imaginary stuff, like let's play mommy and baby, or let's play this and that. Like I've got 2 nieces and they're 3 and 4.
Yeah.
And so they're all about like the imaginary play, like, hey, let's go play house. And so, like there's a lot of stuff where like they use more of their brain and they just talk and like they make it up as they go.
Yeah.
Versus boys like, no, I want a baby mower. Like I want a lawnmower to push lawn with dad. Yeah.
Like
I got a weed eat with dad. Like it's just different. But like there's like the beauty in it, you know? Like you were talking about how like Mac was out there with Danny like mowing the lawn. And I'm like,
oh my God.
That's really cute, you know.
When he was gone, every mower that he would hear, he'd be like, Daddy's mower? Daddy's mower? And I'm like, you really think all these people stole your dad's lawnmower?
Yeah.
And are just
at least he recognizes it's a mower though.
Yeah.
You know?
So.
But yeah, I would say that's probably the biggest differences. I mean, we'll know more as our kids get older. Yeah. But they're not into
well, when you get yours, we'll know more about when you get yours. Like you're saving up to buy it.
I'm ordering it.
Yeah. It's brewing, you know?
Yeah. But no, we'll definitely have to do more like now our kids are kids and they're like, they're doing more things and like talk about that. But yeah, I think that's been pretty much it. And
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for listening to us. And,
Yeah.
like we said previously, we're on Spotify now, so if you don't have time to watch a YouTube video or actually watch us talk to each other, you can listen to us on Spotify if you're on the go. Also, subscribe to our Spotify and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll see you later.
Bye.
As a reminder, this podcast is not endorsed by the DoD, and everything talked about here is just our personal experiences and opinions.
We are also not medical professionals.